horror game genres are falling into a certain dangerous pattern when it comes to making these type of video games. So if you are thinking about buying Killer Klowns from outer space and new to the horror game genre, then you may want to know what you are getting into. Welcome to Mr. Unleashed World. The first repeated habit, Exhibit A. Do you all recognize this? This is the player option menu in Evil Dead. Now the problem with Evil Dead is the same issue that could be in the game Killer Klowns that gamers will have to be patient with. Lobby wait times are decent in the beginning and then picks up, but after a while you will notice longer wait times because if Killer Klowns mimic Evil Dead player selection where you can choose between being a demon and a survivor, but in this case clowns are humans, one of these sides will be favored more than the other. When I play Evil Dead, I only could pick the demon because everybody wants to be a survivor. Imagine getting home after a long day, taking off your shoes, and turning on the game, then having to wait another 10 minutes while they find you a lobby to be in. God, it's frustrating. If you play Friday the 13th survival game, you experience long wait times as well, because sometimes you had to wait for lobbies to fill up before someone random in the group was picked to play Jason by the game. It's no matter if the clown's supposed to be powerful by default. It could end up being an Evil Dead scenario which caused you to wait for 10 minutes until a lobby is found. Better grab a monster to keep up that same energy you started with when you got home. So when a game is first made, the characters are made to the best of developers' knowledge and design, but little do they know gamers is gearing up to exploit the game character's broken ability. This is when the community complaints start rolling in, which leads into a repeated habit number 2. There'll be character balancing updates after character balancing updates, and so on. And these character balancing updates will be to buff or nerf a certain character in the game, sometimes more than one at a time. This, ladies and gentlemen, will cause an effect known as unbalancing. There's no way around this. As a result, the community dwindles out of rage, despair, or denial. Characters that you think is good and safe because you play well with them, the same character will most likely get a nerf, and then you have to find another character to vibe with. Good thing about Killer Klowns is that there's a big variety of characters to choose from. On the human side at least, not so much for the clowns. Which begs the question, how long will we have until the game nerfs the clowns? The more normal and repeated habit that is a big hurdle with these type of games is the DLC updates that add more interesting features to the game, like maps, characters and skins, weapons and clothes. The issue with the DLC is that the content takes its time to roll out or is not impressive enough to keep a strong focus around the game. Character balancing is a big issue in itself, but then if you add slow rollout of cosmetics for the game, gamers will definitely start looking at a return policy. The media coordinator or manager, not sure exactly what his title is, but he tweeted out in a response for Killer Klowns that they are aware of the lack of news and responded with this tweet saying they don't want to give a 2/3 finished product. Now it was a good response, and I'm thinking that they are also working on DLC for the game as well, because on the official website for Killer Klowns, it says that new maps, challenges, characters, etc. will follow post-launch, but it don't say how long after post-launch. Just something to keep in mind. What I'm about to bring up now is the biggest feature that they give in a curse and can make or break a game deep run in its shelf life. Before I hop into this feature, remember to hit one of those engagement buttons to help pass this video to other gamers that are looking into buying Killer Klowns from outer space. We love having the idea of enough players to make matchmaking quick and easy, but when you come across certain players that have super fast frames per second, then we get into the psychological thing of hackers, and then the result of those type of lobbies will be people abandoning the match mid-game. Then people start saying that the game is broken or too many bugs, and boom, the community starts to depart. Like most games, I am hopeful that with each asymmetrical horror game that is released, we will start encountering some good ones from past mistakes. Killer Klowns can be that next good game, but the habits that are listed in this video, one or more will likely be an issue with the game when it drops. The question is, are you willing to be on that roller coaster once it starts? If you are wanting more information on Killer Klowns, click on the video showing on your screen. If you want to buy your boy Mr. Unleashed a coffee for a coffee break during these videos, the link is in the description below. As always, welcome to Mr. Unleashed World.